What is up, DIY fam? Now we are back out here at this humongous remodel that is overtaking my soul pretty much. So all I do is think about what's going to happen next even when I'm not here. And I got here this morning, and before I opened up the camera and everything, I just jumped right on the ladder and started working on some things. So I'm going to take you over here and show you what my plan is for today. Hopefully this is the plan, and maybe we can get it done, maybe not. I bought some 2x4s and some plywood. I've been real leery about taking that front wall down over there, even though you can literally see that there's nothing really, I mean, it's not supporting anything. And then if you come in here, you'll see I started cutting over there so I could just investigate to see what was up in there. And it is just a 2x2s, two 2x2s. You can see we have a, looks like a 2x4 turned sideways and a 2x2 nailed to it. That is the corner that is supporting that post out there. So if I can get that released, I think we'll be in good shape. My temporary wall right here is supporting this, and outside, let's go outside and show you what I did yesterday. So yesterday I jacked this up and I was able to get a good strong stiff leg underneath that. I went up in the attic to check and see what it was made of, and it is a 4x6, and it is just barely sitting on the corner right there. I say that to say I'm gonna put 3 2x4s in there for a corner stacked up. I'll need it for drywall anyway, and I figure it won't hurt. So hopefully my post here will do the work for today to help me keep it held up while I work on the inside. I went to check, and so I am just a little bit higher on this side than I am, so that's perfect. The way I can get down here and cut out the bottom of it and stick my bottom plate out and start building my new wall from the inside out. I know it's not orthodox to do it that way, but we kind of got thrown into this, and that's how we're going to be doing it. So if you guys like building, if you like DIY, if you like construction or anything like that, I halfway know what I'm doing out here, halfway, okay? And I'm starting to learn a whole lot more. So anyway, we'll do this together. If you guys got any suggestions going forward, I'll try to take you through and do a couple walkthroughs. That way you can say, hey Z, why don't you just do this? And I'll be like, good idea. All right guys, I'll holler at you in just a little bit. Take care. We're at the point where I've almost made a decision on what I want to do over here. I have a post out there that I have up on the beam, and it's holding the beam up. I'm pretty confident in that, as long as the block doesn't disintegrate and explode and from the pressure or anything. I'm going to try to get those out so that when I build my new wall across here, the 3 studs that I have over there will be flat, and I'll be able to go through those into the beam, get good 6 screws in each side on that. What do you think about that? So that's the plan. So right now I have to snap a 3-inch line right here on the floor. I've already made my marks, and then I'll know where to put my bottom plate when it's time to build the wall. That's what we're about to do. You guys hang tight, and I'll check back in with you. Holla! We've had this chalk box for a long time. We've built many walls. Look at that, look at that. That's where the new wall goes, baby, new wall. All right, let's build it. Hey guys, 3.5, boom, 3.5. All right, moving on.
For those of you who are new to the channel or new to this series, as we explained in previous videos, this house was built out of 1x2s and 2x2s. That's right, including the top plates. They were 1 1/8 thick by 1.5 inches wide. So what I had to do was mimic them and space them out 1/2 inch so that I had 3.5 inches wide. This was a bonus because now I had 2 screws going through the wood into my truss. Then I was able to cap that with 1.5 inch by 3.5 inch 2x4. By doing it this way, I'm able to frame all my walls with standard 2x4s now.
Here's something I want to explain to you guys about houses and how they're built. Now, most houses are built with studs that are 92 and 5/8. That is the length. Some people just think they call it 8-foot stud. There's a difference, and there's a slight difference in price too. The 92 and 5/8 are all pre-cut. You can buy 8-foot, but if you're building a wall like that, you'll have to go back and cut them on 92 and 5/8. Does that make sense? And that's just for a standard house like this. Now, when you build those big $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 houses, the bottom floor is built with 104 and 5/8 studs, and those are pre-cut, and then the top floor is built with 92 and 5/8. I tell you that to tell you this. Our top plate, which most houses are built with 2 double top plates, right? 1.5 and 1.5, and that equals 3 inches. But kids, our top plate was already up and it was 1 1/16 inch. So I made another one 1 1/16 inch and put it right beside it, 3.5 inches spaced apart. And then I took a real top plate and nailed it up to it. This is one of those instances where you say, I love when a plan comes together. How big were the studs supposed to be? 92 and 5/8. How big is my top plate at the top? It's missing a 1/2 inch, right? Because it's only 1 1/16 inch. So we should have, check it out, 93 inches.
It's exactly 3. I told you it was clean.
Woo! Build some walls. Let's go. I got to pre-cut. I got to cut mine because I didn't get the pre-cut. Doesn't matter because we needed 93, not 92 and 5/8. So good. There we go. Now we are back out at the flip house, and I wanted to tell you about all the things that we got done yesterday. We made a lot of progress. So if you come over this way, I'll take you and show you what it is that I got done. This wall was very important to get this wall in. This over here, this was my main concern. The beam that you guys can see over here, if you'll look and see, I have a 2x8 T post underneath here. That was just for my peace of mind. Because I wanted to work on this corner. Now, once I got this tore out, I was shocked to find out that, you know, these houses, we knew they were built out of 2x2s, but I thought for sure that they had put the beam on some kind of a pocket, on like a triple, like you're supposed to. It literally was toed nailed with 16 penny nails into the 2x2s. That's what's holding all these trusses up. This porch right here has trusses going this way, all the way down, and they're sitting on that beam that was literally toe nailed into those 2x2s. So the way we have it now, it's not ideal. It should really be in a pocket, okay? But I couldn't make the beam longer, right? So I went ahead and put my triple up here. Made me feel a whole lot better about that. Now it is carrying all the weight from the corner of this house, and I drove 4 4-inch screws through the back of my 2x4 into that beam. And then before I take this down, I'm gonna go ahead and put a 4x6 or a 4x4 post here, just for peace of mind, to make myself feel better. So that's what we got done yesterday. I'm excited about that. And now today, I'm going to start putting this plywood up on the outside of here so we can close our house up, because it is Friday and we need to make sure that we get the house wrapped up so none of the rugrats come running in here. I think we got something in our air conditioning vent there that crawled in and died, so we want to try to vent that as much as possible. Plus, I mean, we're out here in the middle of nowhere, you know. We got to get our stuff buttoned up. All right, guys, that's the plan. I'm going to jump out here, get this plywood cut, get it on the wall, and after that, we're going to rip the rest of this front of this wall out, and hopefully we'll get to the door today before we get out of here. I don't think it's going to happen, though. But anyway, that's the plan. I'll check back into you just a little bit. Holla. Get up, try to put it up on those. See it? Yep. Okay, so that'll hold it up there. I'm gonna get my ladder. Like, yeah, I just didn't feel right for that. Good morning, DIY fam. Now we are back out at the, I guess we're just gonna, we haven't come up with a name for it. So I thought, what about just calling it the AC remodel? Because of the location where we are. I don't want to disclose that. I was told not to do that. Anyway, we're somewhere out in the country and we're back at our remodel. Now when we left off here last week, I just wrapped up doing everything on the front of the house. So let's go through and take a look at what we've already done. That way if you guys missed last week's video, you'll be caught up to speed, and then I'll let you know what the plan is going forward. We still have quite a bit of work to do. All right, let's take a look. Okay, check this out. So for those of you who need to be caught up to speed, when we first got here to look at this, we knew that this wall needed to be fixed, but we thought the band was just rotten, you know, in these locations right here. Turned out the whole thing was rotten, and so was this over here. You can see, if you get down there, you can see kind of that's what it all looked like underneath there. Wasn't very good. Now it's got all new band over there. That's been replaced all the way back just before you get into the kitchen, so I'm good on that. This wall got rebuilt out of 2x4s because it was built out of 2x2s, and I actually managed to get a double top plate up there. So happy about that. It made me feel a whole lot better. Now this wall over here, it is not built directly over my beam over here, which I put another one on here, so that'll be a quadruple beam under this. That should be fine. So my plan is to come back in here and take this wall right here and move it over that way so that it sits directly over this beam. Now I'm going to gain about 3 inches in the kitchen, but I'm going to lose about 3 inches in the living room. I don't think that's going to matter, but I like the way that sounds, because once I get all the weight of this roof over here put on the new wall, I'll be able to tear out any old joists that are over there that need to be replaced and not just have to sister onto them. I've looked on that side of the wall and most of those joists seem to be pretty good. I may have to replace 2 or 3 of them, but they were pretty solid, unlike the ones here. These were all rotten, need to be replaced. So that's where we are right now. The plan today is to go ahead and get all this subfloor laid in here so I can get underneath there, cut myself 1.5 inches so I can start that new bottom plate. Then all this has to be tore out, and then the new wall needs to be built over here. After that, this room should be ready to go, and we'll be moving on to the other rooms. All right, team, that is the plan going forward. If you guys like what you're seeing so far, help us out by going down and slapping the like button. And if you want to keep up with the progress that we got going on here at this AC remodel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring that notification bell. All right, guys, I've wasted enough time. I'm going to get back to work. I'll check back in with you on the progress, and we'll go from there. Holla.
It's this door. The wall.
team, so update on what is going on. It is after lunch. We got all of the subfloor put in over here. So if you take a look over here, you can see some daylight in that corner and at the bottom over there. That's because this wall is about to get tore out. That's right. I'm going to tore all this drywall, all that crown mold up there, those stop blocks, and then as we discussed earlier, this wall is going to get moved this way 3.5 inches. If you guys will take a look over here, you can see that this wall was not built directly over the beam, so it's going to make me feel better to go ahead and build that wall over the beam, and then I'll be able to tear those floor joists out over there with ease because this wall won't be sitting on top of them. Does that make sense? Alright guys, that is my next order of business. I'm about to jump on this wall, and if anything pops up, I'll check back in with you. Other than that, you guys can just watch us work. Holla! Alright update guys, well I told you I was going to be cutting the drywall off of that wall. I keep forgetting that I actually have help here. So Jesse is in there tearing the drywall off on that, and I'm going to continue to work on this front door over here. So that way we can get that wrapped up. I'll get a door ordered and we can get that thing put in the hole and get this thing secure. That's the plan going forward. I'm going to jump on that door. Jesse's tearing off drywall. You guys stay tuned. All right, you guys, so I believe I have got the whole front door area prepped. I got my bottom plate, I got my double top plate up there. Check that out. So now what I think I'm gonna do is come right here where the seam is and put a stud there going all the way down. You can see where one used to be right here. And take that all the way down to the ground right there. And then I will probably put one more right there where I have a layout, and then put one over towards the other wall over there before my king and jack. That way I can kind of get it jacked up a little bit, and then I'll just build this whole assembly right here and put it in as one piece. All right, you guys, that is the plan. So I'm gonna jump on that and I'll holler back at you when I get some progress. All right, team, so we're gonna make these jacks where our door is 82.5 for the rough opening. So I'm just gonna measure all the way down to the plywood right now, up on this random stud I have right here. I ain't talking about myself, I'm talking about right over here in the wall. 82.5 right there. And then I'll measure from the plate, on top of the plate, to that mark. And it looks like, yeah, 81, pretty standard. I've heard 81 3/8, but 81 probably work. We should make sure about that. Let's say 82.5. Yeah, 82.5. Okay. And that gives, yeah, that'll work. All right, that's what we're doing. We're cutting those at 81 inches. Some of y'all probably like, see, don't do it. Make them 81.25. I'm telling you.
Ow,
So I think the 81 will work. Jesse's having issues over there. I'll do 81 1/8. That way we all feel good. What is up, guys? Alright, so we are back. It is the morning. I wrapped up last night a little bit later than I usually go, but I wanted to make sure I got the door framed in, so we did get that done. So I'll show you that here in just a second. I still have some uprights to put up there on top of my header. And my next order of business is to build this wall over here on the side. Let's go take a look. Alright, so then our next order of business today, we're going to get over here. We're going to snap a 3.5-inch line from the band out there. And then I will be able to knock that bottom plate out. I'll probably be able to go ahead and just build the bottom plate and then knock that out and do them one at a time as I go. But as you can see, this wall was framed on 12-inch center. And I was trying to go with 16-inch centers. And then I'll be able to cut them so that they sit on my new bottom plate down there. That's the plan. All right, team, I'm gonna jump back in it. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you a little tip about these oscillating tools and the way they work. Some people, and you gotta understand, this thing vibrates very, very fast. But some people think that the harder they push down into the wood, the faster it's gonna cut through the wood. That's actually the opposite. Because this thing needs to be able to vibrate back and forth. So if you just set it on the wood and give it slight pressure and let it vibrate, it'll do its job. But if you push down hard, you stop it from vibrate, and then sometimes it just binds up. So that's your pro tip for the day. Y'all have a good day. Alright, you guys, quick update on something I didn't mention earlier, but I thought it was worth mentioning. Remember I told you if I thought of something, I'd come back to you. But up here on the ceiling, when I built this wall, I did a double top plate. So you see I had to come back and cut 2 inches of drywall off so that that top plate that I'm putting in there will fit. I'm gonna have to do the same thing over here. I was a little bit concerned though, because I know there's probably dead wood attached to that, but I don't know how far it sticks out. I know it's trusses all the way through from the ceiling all the way out to the end of there's a patio out there with a covered porch, you know, and the trusses is it's a continuous run. So we're gonna get up here, snap this line so we can do 3.5 inches, and we'll just have to see what's going on up there. I may have to climb up in the attic and put some dead wood in, but we'll see. I'll holler back at you. Okay, what is up, team? So we're getting towards the end of the week and I have got a lot done, but Jesse hired this crew to come in and do some demo on it, so that way I'm not going at a turtle speed when it comes to demo, build. She went in here and paid these guys a nice little price to just rip everything out. As you can see, our dumpster pretty full, and within, say, somewhere around 3 hours, they've gotten quite a bit done. So let's walk inside and take a look and see what all they have done, because you guys have been with me the last couple days. You'll be able to assess the situation too. They ripped all the railing down off this porch right here. And we talked about making this the laundry room / mud room. One thing I have been looking at is this floor may have to come up, because see, it's going right up underneath this threshold. Anything else I lay on here other than LVP is going to be higher than that. Won't be able to get a good screen door or anything in there to fit. Anyway, let's walk inside and take a look. So that wall got removed this morning. Looks like they something about water. We got into some water and it broke or something happened. I'm not sure what, but we'll get it figured out and get it fixed. And then yeah, this is what I've been working on. So you guys have seen that the last couple days. Today I'm gonna try to get this wall built. I was gonna try to build that one, and I will probably put some studs in that wall, but I'm gonna focus on this wall so that way we're supported in the center. All right, and they're gonna tear all this flooring out. Let's walk in here and see what's going on. Wow. So that's nothing yet. Nothing here. Looks more demo there. Here. And then this down to the joist. And nothing's happening here. We're still probably going to build all those walls into 2x4. Probably move this wall. Probably just leave that wall. I'm not really sure. Anyway, that is what's going on here today. That is your update for Thursday. And I will check back in with you. Holler.
Well guys, with all the floors and the middle wall ripped out, it's time for me to just blow and go. I snapped a 3.5 inch line on the ceiling, cut it out, and then I went ahead and I double top plated it. Now this time I'm not going to be using a 1 1/16 inch top plate at the top. I'll actually be using two 1.5 inch 2x4s. So now my studs in the middle wall will be cut down to an actual 92 5/8. Quick little tip. You're nailing the bottom plates down to the plywood, don't nail in the center. Nail against the stud. Your electrician and plumber will thank you later. Well team, it looks like we made quite a bit of progress this week. I was finally able to get all the studs in on the side wall, and I got a good start on the middle wall. I was also able to get all the sheathing on the new wall buttoned up to the studs. But hey, we are nowhere close to the end. Next week, I'll be moving on into the kitchen, and I'm pretty sure I'll be replacing most of those joists. Then I gotta move on down into the hallway and venture on into this spider web of wood in this bathroom. Oh my goodness. And don't forget about this room. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with these 4x6 posts. What is this? So if you guys want to follow our progress or just check in from time to time, make sure you go down and hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification. And hey guys, real talk, I cut 80 hours of video down to a nice little 28-minute package. So if you can appreciate the effort in that, go down and smack that like button for us. It only takes a second, but it helps out the channel tremendously. Alright guys, that's going to do it for me on this one, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, take care and stay safe. Peace.